Lindalive Show. Happy Sunday, everybody. How you all doing? Well, it's your girl Linda once again, and I'm here to bring you live entertainment with lots of helping from the internet and around the globe. Something for you to think and talk about all week. Anyway, how's everybody doing? Happy Sunday. And now everybody's going to be wondering, like, why is she having a Nigerian flag up on her show this week? Well, happy Independence Day to all the Nigerians everywhere in the world. And that is why I'm a Nigerian by birth. So I've got a flag because supporting the country's Independence Day, because it's not easy, you know, after all the wars and everything, all the heroes, big ups to all the heroes who have led the country so far, those who have passed on, and those who are still alive struggling for the success of the country's future now and in the future. Well, big ups to you guys. Happy Independence Day, and I hope everybody is celebrating a wonderful day today. I mean, if you are, well, send your pictures in, because at the end of the show I will put in pictures of people who have actually got up this morning and sent me pictures of Nigerians Independence Day. I've put some up on Instagram, so if you're on Instagram, definitely you would have seen my happy Independence Day to Nigeria, a wonderful country, you know, a country built with passion and strength and knowledge and integrity, personalities, you know, great achievers, you know, everybody out there. Happy Independence Day. And I know there's so many cookings going on. So anyway, let's pick up and let's enjoy the rest of the day. It's not easy to have your independence. I mean, if you look at the history of Nigeria, it's a very tough, it's a difficult journey for the country as a whole before they have their independence. And I know there's kind of a thing still going on right now, even after the independence, but we're gonna get there. Happy Independence Day. Just keep praying and keep hoping that the Savior's here to, you know, get us out of that mess. Anyway, let's move on to the Lindalive Show for this week. Well, before I begin, I'd like to talk about the week before, what we discussed. Well, so many people were celebrating birthdays last week, and I think I wish almost everybody, even if I wasn't there presently. And I'm sorry to Angela, because I was supposed to be at your daughter's confirmation in church, but I couldn't make it because I was so busy. Anyway, let's move on. Like last week I was discussing about managers. I was talking about how people, maybe people think that they've been mistreated at work. People feel insecure at work. They didn't like the way they've been treated. You know, I was trying to, you know, communicate with managers around the globe, wherever they are. Like, you know, you need to treat people with respect, and you need to appreciate the work that your staff are doing so they can do more. And you need to try to, as a manager, you need to try to make people want to work. You know, you need to try to get your staff to want to come to work, instead of, you know, sitting at home and just feel like, I don't want to work because my manager's I don't want to work with that manager because probably it's horrible. You know, people say a lot of stuff. But you as a manager, you need to keep that. You need to keep that as part of your daily assignment, to make sure that people that you have employed in your organization are happy and they are willing to contribute to the growth of the organization. That was what the topic last week, and that was what I was trying to get across. Anyway, this week I put up something on Instagram, and like, what are your most incredible aspirations? What are the most incredible thing that you think like, oh, I wish I could do this. I wish I could do this. You know, a lot of people think differently. You know, I thought, like, you know, I wish I could build a house. I wrote mine, and everybody kind of, my friends, they laugh and they say, Linda, really? I was like, you know, crazy. It's you know, things that you think like, oh, I wish I could do this. Well, so many people did that, and so many people have different things that motivate them. I don't know what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about what inspires people to do things, you know, what motivates people to want to do certain kind of things, like that is just out of their line, you know, that's just not, you know, some people would think that this is just not, how is this going to be possible, you know, because I think I wrote mine, I said, I want to build a house in the sky, you know, people feel like, you know what, you know, it's something to think about. People are really thinking about innovation, people are thinking of things that's going to happen in the next 20, 30, 40 years. And I thought, I'll build a house in the sky. And then you would want to think, how is that going to happen? It's very interesting. It's a very interesting topic if you think about it. It's something that you can relate with everywhere in the world. And while I was at a Freshers Week in DMU this week, I was there, and there's so many new students, and you're trying to get people into sports, into society, things like that. And I kind of approached a lot of people, and I was talking to them, and people were like, I it's not for me. I'm too, because I was in a basketball team, so I was like, you enjoying basketball? And they're like, oh no, I'm too short, I'm too small, not for me. Everybody have different things that they think like, oh, this is not for me. I don't think I can do this, stuff like, it's a very, things that inspire people are so insane. When you shop the internet and then you be like, you wonder when people write things, you wonder, and somebody wrote and say, it's inspiration to have superpowers, fly everywhere, you're being like, why would somebody want such thing, really inspired, and something you think like, oh, it's not possible, but if there's a possibility, then that's what I want. Anyway, that is what I was talking today. Because there's so many things that's happening in the world right now, and you wonder why would people want to do such crazy things, Why in Nigeria, why we're celebrating Independence Day today? Like, it's because we have our independence, we were being ruled by foreigners for a very long time, and after a while, they think like, what, we've done well with these people, and we think that they can carry on their own. Let's, give them their independence, sign off, and like, oh, so every 1st of October, Nigeria want to remember that very special moment that they think like, yeah, I am the owner of myself. I can rule. We can rule. We can run our own thing. We can do our own thing. That moment, every independence in Nigeria, or always want to think about. So I want to know, when you sit down and when you do something, that is why I was talking about, you need to think critically before you create, before you do something, so that you aren't doing something that's going to affect someone, or something that is very, very wrong. And everybody think like, what, this is just not right, this is wrong. You should have thought it truly before you think of doing it. So sometimes, what I want to say, sometimes you might have something like, oh, I wish I could do this. I wish I could do this. I wish I could do this. But what I'm saying today, it's not like you cannot do it, but think properly first before you do it. Think it through. Make sure you are not upsetting someone, or you're not offending somebody. Sometimes when I wrote my poem, I said, my friend once told me that when a joke is told to an audience and there's no laughter in the air, then it's offensive or it's not funny. Sometimes you do something and then you think like, this is going to be a joke, somebody will laugh at it, and but sometimes some people might have made a mistake and they are very, very sorry about this mistake, and they wish they didn't do them. If you start using it as a joke, it will seem funny to you and to some other people, but it might not be. It might be very offensive to the person that you are referring it to, because this person probably has made a mistake and wish he didn't make such choice, or he didn't make such decision to do such an insane thing to anyone or to somebody out there. So when you do stuff like that, it's kind of you need to be careful when you do something. So sometimes it's about jokes, it's about maybe telephone calls, text messages, something you do something just to spite somebody up, use somebody vulnerability to want to achieve your aim. I think you need to think thoroughly and make sure that you are not upsetting this person when you are doing stuff like that. So that's why I was saying, like, what inspires you to want to do certain things? You need to think properly before you do something. Think about the impact that's going to have on anybody around you or the person that you are referring to. Like, what's your most insane aspiration? What is your most I use the word longer throat. What do you think like longer throat for? What is your most longer throat aspiration? It means like what do you desire the most that you think it is not possible, but if there's a possibility, then I want to do it. Like some people do certain things, you know, you commit crime. Like there's so many terrorism out there on the street. And present day Nigeria is celebrating an Independence Day. And if you come to think about things that people post on the internet, what people write on the internet about Nigeria, you will be like, is there a possibility that this is not true? Is there a possibility that this is just like a frame up or something? Somebody's trying to get publicity of themselves or their blog, something like that. So if it's true, then I want to wonder, like, why would you want to do something that is so wrong in both your eyes and in the eyes of everybody? You know, why would you want to commit such atrocity to someone that is, you know, somebody like you? You know, we are all humans, and you are yourself a human being, and you think like, why would I want to hurt my fellow human being? Why would I want to hurt myself? You know, because in the Bible, God made us in His own image and likeness. And God said that we should love our neighbors as ourselves. So why would you want to hurt somebody? Why would you want to do anything that will hurt anybody? Why don't you think carefully and look for a new way of achieving your aim, or a new way of achieving your goals, and do it correctly, so that it's beneficial to you, and it will also be beneficial to all those that are following you, or people that you want to get the message across. Uche Jumbo, I like Uche Jumbo. Uche Jumbo I was listening, I think she was interviewed on the internet, and she was commenting on it. She said, you have the right to write something about me, but I'm okay. But what about I'm speaking on behalf of the people that are around me. Well, Uche Jumbo, yeah, I think the person is actually wrong, even for writing something negative about you. Probably sometimes it's not even correct, and sometimes it's not even true. It's not even the truth. Some people just want to blow themselves and get really, really high. You know, you need to think about the impact. People have kids, you know. Before you start criticizing people, before you start saying things that aren't true and you're not sure of, you need to think about who this thing that you were saying, yeah, it's going to affect this person, but what about the people that are around this person? If this person is going to accept it, then you need to think further. As a writer or as a journalist, I would say, you need to think further, or a blogger. But I thought, like, nobody should write anything that is wrong in the first place. So I just thought, like, if what YouTube was saying, it's actually true, you shouldn't write things that is, you know, that you're not sure of. You shouldn't write it, you shouldn't blog about it. I know a lot of people want to build that blog, but you could actually tell the truth about people, and people can still read it and share it among others. You know, like you need to think about who's going to read what you're blogging. The kid that's going to read what you're blogging, how is it going to impact on that kid? Let me tell you something about when you blog negatively about someone who's an achiever. When you blog negative, you are telling the next generation that they can do something and they can still be famous. That's what you're telling the next generation. And I don't think that's a good message. If you look at the current climate right now, there's so many things that's going on There's terrorism everywhere in the world right now, and you don't want to really create another one. Because what the world is trying to be, I think the world is trying to create a safe place where everybody can live. You know, so you need to think about things that contribute positively to the community where you are. Sanita said, if you watch the Lindalive Show, I can't remember the episode, but I was on the couch with Sanita, and Sanita was talking about mass communication, because she's a lecturer of mass communication in Nigeria, and she's currently doing a master's at the University of Leicester. So she was talking about mass communication, what you post on the internet, and you should think about things that you write, think about things, who's going to read it, what message are you trying to get across. There's a lot of thinking that you should do before posting something about anybody or even about yourself on the net. So make sure that it's not a wrong message and you're thought through carefully before posting it on the internet. Think about what that message could cause, you know. Because I still saw something on the internet, and somebody was talking about that people do things that makes you laugh. You know, people do things and they do it in a way, and it's funny, and you use it as a joke. Well, let me tell you something. Why the topic what I'm talking about today is about your aspirations. You know, what have inspired you to want to be who you are. You know, what have inspired you to want to be an engineer? What have inspired you to want to be a doctor, a teacher, a lecturer, a musician, an actress? What have inspired you to want to be someone like that? So when you are saying people do things and you want to use it as a joke, I think that's wrong. I think you should be creative. You know, I think you should do your own thing instead of using people's mistake, because sometimes some people have made a mistake and they're very sorry about it. They wish they never made such a mistake, and when you use it as a joke, it will sound funny to you, and probably maybe some of your followers might find it funny, but to that person it is doing more damage. You know, you're not helping that person. The person will not find it. The person will not find it funny. The person might not laugh to that joke that you've made about them. And that means you've used their mistake as a joke, which they thought like, I wish I never made that mistake. So when you do a comedy, if you're a comedian, you make a comedy, think about it carefully. What have inspired me to want to become a comedian? You know, creativity. That's the world we live in. Anyway, so let's move on to what I was saying about, you know, talking about what have inspired you to want to be who you are. Like in Nigeria right now, you know, they're celebrating a big Independence Day today, and everybody's really happy, you know, cheery. But there's so many things that's going on in Nigeria presently. So you don't want to contribute negatively to that. You don't want to give somebody an excuse for a crime. Or you don't want to give somebody an excuse for doing something that is wrong. And you can say, yeah, they can only just talk about it and that's it. Sometimes it's really, really not nice. And you've not sent the right message. And think about the kids around you who is going to watch this and want to copy what you're doing. As a leader, you need to lead people in the right path, not on the wrong path. It's the Lindalive Show, and I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. I don't want to speak too long for today because it's Nigeria celebration, so I want to celebrate the Independence Day today, and I know a lot of people everywhere around the globe will be celebrating today as well. So enjoy the rest of the evening and enjoy the rest of the day. Celebrate wherever you are. Send your picture in, and I'm going to be posting it on the show next week. And you'll be seeing all the things, because I know Nigerians, they're very, very creative when it comes to Independence Day celebration. I know the Nigerian cake is not yet out, but it will be out soon. And I'll definitely post it next week on the show. And then every other person who is celebrating presently, enjoy the day. It's Freedom Day. It's something that you should celebrate. So enjoy the celebration. I know a lot of people weren't born this time. Years ago when Nigeria gained their independence, I know a lot of people weren't born at that time. But so I urge you today to make it as a day for you to think about how you're going to contribute positively to the country as a whole, and make it be like you are part of the heroes. Because if you're celebrating the independence, that means you are celebrating the heroes who have secured your generation. And I want you to secure the future of the generations to come. So make Nigeria a safe and better place for everybody. Be a good citizen of Nigeria. Keep it up and keep watching and tweeting the Lindalive Show. I'll see you next week for another wonderful episode. Enjoy the happy Independence Day celebration. And it's Freedom Day. Take care. God bless you. I love you. The Lindalive. Take care.